nog in jeugmaand en daar is ongelooflike maatskappye daar buite wat jong mense die nodige gereedskap gee om die toekoms mee tegemoet te gaan. Een so organisasie is Sorbet en met hulle Sorbet Empowering Women Trust is dit ook die geval. Om ons meer te vertel, verwelkom asseblief vir Genevieve Cross. Hallo Genevieve, welkom hier by Tussen Ons.
Thank you.
Hoe werkt die Sorbet Empowering Women Trust?
So the Sorbet Empowering Women Trust is really about creating employment opportunities for unemployed women in the beauty industry. So walking the journey with them from recruiting them to training them and then ultimately providing a job at the end of the journey.
Sure.
En dan wie kwalifiseer? Waar vind julle die jong dames?
So we've partnered with various organizations over the years. We started off about 5 years ago, so we've got amazing partners who've worked together with us. The Relate Trust is one of them, one of our main funding partners. So we retail bracelets in our salons to help raise money. We've also partnered with the Clothing Bank, which is an NGO that focuses on empowering women in business. We've recently partnered with Harambee, which is a not-for-profit social enterprise. And basically we host open days and unemployed women are able to attend these open days, and from there we put them through a process of just screening for the right candidates, and then from there they enter the training journey.
Sure.
So what must a right candidate have? What kind of characteristics?
So the candidate needs to be a South African citizen. They need to have proof of unemployment, and then essentially they're entitled to attend an open day with us through our recruitment partners. And then from there we will gauge what is their interest in the beauty industry. Do they have a natural affinity for communication, for servant leadership, for being in the industry? It's important just to gauge a few qualities. And then from there we'll put them through kind of different criteria and through different testing over a couple of days, and then make our final choices from there.
Okay. And when someone receives a bursary from you, they have to be employed straight afterwards with Sorbet?
Yes, so ideally we like to try and create an employment opportunity. So we don't just want them to go on the training journey, we want them to have a job at the end of the day. So once they've completed their manicure and pedicure training, we will then endeavour to place them in a Sorbet salon.
Sure.
Nou, sê vir my, deel een van die suksesstories met ons.
So about 5 years ago, the very first group that we trained, there was a lady named Zalma, and she her dream has been to work on the cruise liners and to go overseas, and she bought herself her own car a year ago, so started off supporting her siblings, 3 or 4 siblings. Her parents had unfortunately passed away, so she was the eldest of all the siblings, and was struggling to make ends meet, but had this incredible passion for the industry, and managed to save up enough money so that she didn't have to take public transport to work. She could actually drive her own car to work. And she's been with the program, or been with Sorbet for 5 years, working in our Cavendish salon. So we're incredibly proud of her. And yeah, we've upskilled and placed 184 women in jobs over a 5-year period. So it's really exciting to see all these women thrive and just be a success.
Ek stem heeltemal saam. Ek dink dit is so mooi. Nou kyk, soos met enige organisasie wat help, is fondse altyd 'n probleem. En dis waar die Late bracelets inkom. En om meer vir ons te vertel, ons vir Neil Robinson vanaand. Kom ons verwelkom hom asseblief. Neil, welkom hier so by Tussen Ons.
Thanks, Tracy.
Ga jy Afrikaans praat? Ek terg jou net.
Ask me in Afrikaans, I'll answer in
Nee, ek
English.
terg jou net so goed.
Thank you.
Julle het bandjies oorspronklik gemaak vir jeugdag. Kom ons praat 'n bietjie daaroor met Sorbet.
So, our partnership with Sorbet goes back about 5.5, 6 years now, and what we try to do is help Sorbet, through their Sorbet Empowering Women Trust, employ as many youngsters through their program as possible. So, our bracelets support their programs through their retail stores. So if you go to a Sorbet store, the ladies or the men's stores, you'll find a lot of our bracelets there, different types, different styles, different fashion, sort of colours and shapes and sizes.
Like that.
And you are wearing one, yeah, exactly.
There we go.
And what we've tried to do is, as much as possible, we have an enterprise development, I suppose, element of our business as well, where we also provide funding from. So both the bracelet charity portion as well as our enterprise development portion goes towards their trust. And I think we've raised about 900,000 in the last 5 years for your business. So yeah, I mean, and it's really a collaboration. Customers, the connection to the trust, the Sorbet, empowering these young ladies, the retail outlets, the franchisees. It all adds to the end outcome, which is trying to raise money for these youngsters that go into employment, basically.
Hoeveel verskillende tipe relate bracelets is daar nou? Hoeveel causes is daar wat deur die bracelet ondersteun word?
So we've got about 145 causes across the world.
Sure.
The amount of different styles, I actually can't tell you. There are thousands, literally thousands, from beaded bracelets to wooden to metal to you name it, we do it. So we look at health, we look at social uplift, we look at women's empowerment, children, wild animals, domestic animals. So there are lots of different sectors we operate in, but at the end of the day, it's about the consumer out there who essentially goes and buys our bracelets. And I did an interesting stat, and that is that every taxpaying South African that has a job, the privilege of a job, bought one Relate bracelet a year. We could raise R250 million every year, once a year. So, lots of little makes big. And it's not about the black tie dinners and donating money. It's about every consumer out there getting involved to try and make a difference in this country.
Dis al hoe ons land se probleme gaan oplos is as elke iemand ietsie kleins doen.
Just do something small once a year, exactly, absolutely. So that's our philosophy. When Lauren Gillis launched the business, it was about Lance Armstrong, that yellow bracelet, which was so powerful back then. I mean, Lance Armstrong was a very powerful brand back then, maybe not so much now, but it was a connectivity and raising money for testicular cancer, which really got consumers across the world excited and became a fashion item. I mean, they sold over 100 million globally. So, and Lauren thought, if we could create jobs by getting people in the townships who come from very disadvantaged backgrounds to help, make these products, create jobs, and therefore, provide a better social cohesion and economic opportunity, the dignity with getting a job and providing is an intangible thing. You can't actually understand that if you don't have a job. And yes, the money's great, but it's also the whole thing around, I have a purpose, I'm now economically active, all makes a big difference.
Nou,
Exactly.
Julle campaign vir Sorbet Empowering Women Trust. Julle het natuurlik die resultate daarvan en dis hoekom jy vanaand hier is.
I am indeed. We do these sort of updates once every quarter, once a year, and we've got some money for you to give over to you guys tonight. Thank you. Hope it's enough, but it's about the economy is what the economy is, and we try our best. So
Here it is. You can give the amount. 72,000 rand.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
There you go.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. That's amazing. That is amazing. Thank you so
Pleasure.
much. Thank
It's a pleasure.
you.
Dan het dit baie dankie die Relate bracelets en onthou as jy so 'n baantjie sien, koop hom en weet jy maak 'n verskil. Met vol harte is dit nou tyd vir ons om te groet, maar dis net tot volgende week. Kom kuier saam met ons in die ateljee, stuur net 'n e-pos en gaan na kykNET se Facebook bladsy. Tot volgende week. Bye.